What's up, everybody? Brian of BrolificGames here today, and as always, I'm joined with
Chris,
Clint,
and Billy.
Today we're just going to be talking about what's going on in your gaming life. How about you, Clint?
Oh, I'm trying to think right now. I'm so in between games. I'm playing everything from Forza to Red Dead. I don't know what else is going on. I'm trying to think what else came out recently. Oh, I downloaded Titanfall to try it out.
How was it?
I'm not a big fan at all because they had that sale on sale for $5.
Yeah.
And so I figured I'd test it out because I never played it, and the second one's coming out.
Well, a lot of people said they didn't like it.
Yeah, the reviews, or what the hell is it called? The beta that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting really bad
Yeah,
reviews.
I
They're
never
like,
played it.
oh, be patient, we're fixing it. But so I bought the first one to test it out, and the thing that it is missing is single player, so that's going to help with bringing Titanfall 2.
Well, you played it, so have you heard of Hawken? It's on the computer.
Yeah, they actually recently brought that over the consoles.
Did
but
they?
I've never played it. Yeah, they just did.
I
remember seeing it on the shelf when I was in GameStop.
Yeah, I played Hawken on the computer, and it was really good. And I looked at Titanfall being like that.
Yeah, like the thing, I mean, it shoots and plays very much like Duty, which is awesome because it's by Respawn, the guys that left.
Right.
And the gunplay is fun, but there's not enough of it. And because constantly everybody just jumps in the Titans, and then you run around, they just take you out. It's really not, like the gameplay is like not balanced, I didn't feel like.
Right.
And they throw the bots in, that's what I really don't like. Because you're constantly shooting.
Like to autofill teams or something?
Yeah, I don't know why they do it. Like, I can't remember what the team is. It's like 6-on-6 or 8-on-8, whatever. And then they fill in with bots.
Because they don't have enough people playing the game itself.
But they did that from the start. I mean, it's not like they added that later when people dropped out. So you run around, and the majority of the time, I think, like the average match, I would kill like 12 or 20 bots and only kill like 2 or 3 Titans.
Right.
Like pilots is what they call them when you're on the ground.
So you were going around going, yes, I got that kill, and then that was a bot. Now I don't feel
it was a
rewarded.
bot because they weren't challenging at all. You just run around the corner and be like 4 bots stand together and you just wipe them out. It's not rewarding.
Right.
Like when you kill an actual person, you get that reward. That's why Duty's so great, is you're playing online.
Right.
And then this felt like more like those arena test matches that Duty does when you fight the bots.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you very rarely ran into somebody unless they were actually in a Titan.
Right.
And the Titan gameplay it's kind of fun because you're just kind of like a bigger you. Like they didn't make it to where you feel heavy or clunky.
Yeah.
But I really wasn't that impressed with it. I know a lot of people's not playing it right now because it's come and gone. But there is a gameplay setting to where you can play just as pilots. No Titans, no extra gimmicks or anything. But there was only like 47 people in the whole wide world on it right now. Now, I've come to the game late, but with it on sale, I was hoping a lot of more people would pick it up.
Right.
They did not. So
that's going to be another one of those Evolve games.
I'm really iffy on Titanfall 2. Now
I want it for the campaign.
The campaign trailer looks badass.
Yeah, because I like how you actually form a relationship with your Titan.
Yeah, that looks really fun, but I don't know if I want to go out, definitely with the holiday season and all the other games coming out, and pay $60 just for the campaign.
Right.
Because
you got a bunch of other games coming out that...
Right. And that's why I said, like, $5 to test it out, it's worth it, just so I get a feel for it, but what it's done is it's going to make me wait to get Titanfall 2 when it's cheaper just to play the campaign. Because the multiplayer just didn't hold up. Definitely when you have Duty and Battlefield 1 coming out and Gears of War 4 and Horizon, there's way too many games to even think about, like, I'm going to jump in Titanfall 2 and play the multiplayer. When there's 20 bots running around, I don't even feel like I'm playing a human being.
Right.
That's the thing. I felt like I was playing AI the whole time.
It's not worth it.
No. I've narrowed my list down to 3 with the 3 games I'm actually going to get on launch. Narrowed it down to Mafia 3, Gears 4, and Battlefield 1.
Yeah. Battlefield 1's going to be interesting. I played the beta.
There's just so much other shit coming out. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, there is a lot this holiday season.
And, it's what's funny. Call of Duty was not on that list. I'm not getting Call of Duty when
only-
it comes out.
The only thing that's really tempting me about Call of Duty is they brought writers from Naughty Dog to help write the story.
Oh.
And the whole space and futuristic shit, I don't care for. But when you tell me you got writers from Naughty Dog bringing in, it's got me really curious.
Right.
I haven't been impressed with a Duty story since 4.
Well, I watched some multiplayer gameplay because they uploaded a match on YouTube, and it just didn't look all that good.
I haven't looked at the multiplayer much at all, but the campaign, like the whole futuristic thing, the first thing I saw, I was like, I'm done. I'm done with Call of Duty. I've had enough. This futuristic shit is gay.
Yeah, it's the same thing I
don't
thought.
like it. But I'm really curious now. But
Yeah.
it might be a game that I wait on. I know you were kind of talking it up, Billy, about Call of Duty there for a while. Like, you're saying it's still going to be
No,
great.
he still tiptoes in between camps of Battlefield and Duty. It just depends on which
Battlefield's
one's
not
we're talking about.
gonna overtop Duty at all. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry to
Now,
tell
see,
you this.
It's not going to happen. No, because
never gonna
Duty
happen.
is so
Duty's gonna be fucking
big
awesome.
that
Yeah, it's like
it's
Halo
not.
was.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to overtop it. But I think Battlefield's going to. It's going to be.
They're not even gonna make ground. Sorry to tell you this.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can think that all you want. It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Duty is gonna be fucking the shit. The campaign's gonna be tight. Just like fucking Clint just said. He said they had the right writers in there, baby. The campaign's gonna be
Yeah,
good.
see, I didn't know that, so I'm kind of interested.
multiplayer
in
list-
being-
It brings you in.
Yes,
doesn't
it does.
When you have
It-
somebody from Naughty Dog coming in and writing a first-person shooter,
The
it's
multi-
like, can they pull this off?
Yeah,
I've seen
Now-
the
Because the
multiplayer.
last
It looks good.
Duty story, I was so disappointed in.
the last couple or three
it's-
actually.
It
I
was
really didn't.
horrible.
I don't
You
think
kind of liked it.
I don't
like,
think it was horrible at all.
I thought it was
honestly.
terrible. I thought
fine.
it was the worst Duty story
That's
ever.
because you're so closed-minded. That's what your problem is. You can't get into any techie kind of thing. It's beyond you. Right?
I don't know. I could not get into that story at all. I thought it
I
was
thought it was
weird.
fine.
I
not-
didn't like the guys that took like 20 clips to bring down.
Well, I agree with that.
That's not Duty whatsoever.
That's how Far Cry 2 was.
All far. Yeah.
Yeah,
That game was punishing. By,
Yeah, I
like,
know.
every definition. It's like the guys that you're fighting are on drugs, and you have an STD. Good luck.
They really got it right with Far Cry 3.
Oh yeah, I liked Far Cry 4 too.
Yeah, Far Cry
they
4
went from
was good.
a series to where I was like, it's all right. To I loved it.
Voss is my favorite bad guy though.
yeah.
But what other games are coming out this month? Did Horizon make it this season, or did it get pushed to next year?
No,
It's still in this season.
yeah, I believe it's still this year.
Yeah, it's this year.
That game I think is going to be Sony's next, like big marquee title.
What title?
Horizon.
Microsoft's.
Yeah, Microsoft. It's on Xbox, not on PlayStation.
No, it's a Guerrilla Games.
Huh?
Horizon's by Guerrilla Games.
Oh,
Oh,
I thought we were talking
Horizon.
about Forza
Okay,
Horizon.
yeah,
not
that's what I was
Forza.
thinking.
Okay, I was thinking Forza. No, I'm talking.
No,
about, you know what
Horizon
I'm
is
talking about.
next year.
Horizon
It is next
Zero
year.
Dawn.
Zero Dawn. Yes,
Is what it's called.
I did a lot of because
got
that
pushed to
game's
next
yes,
year?
it got pushed to next year. That game's going to be freaking amazing. I can't wait for
Yeah,
it.
it is. It'll be really interesting to see a company that was solely focused on first-person shooters, which Killzone's always been amazing, but the story's been very lacking.
Right.
And then to bring in a third-person RPG to where it's solely based on story, I'm very intrigued. Everything that I've heard about it so far seems excellent.
Right. Yeah.
I really
it,
think it's going to be Sony's next big.
it looks amazing. I really can't wait for it. Yeah. Is there what
That's
other
about it for
games?
So what? So Battlefield 1. What was the other game you mentioned?
Gears 4 and Mafia
Gears
3.
4.
And
Yeah,
we just did a video of Mafia 3 if you want to go check it out. Bill,
Yeah,
link in the description.
I watched that. I'm intrigued, but I'm not sold yet. I feel like it's just a GTA clone.
I don't feel that way at all.
Really?
I feel that because GTA storyline didn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, I appreciate that when you said that because I feel the same exact
Do you?
way. They stole.
It's a GTA
They
clone.
stole the black man. All right. They stole the black man. All right. They did. They did. The black man's on there.
I don't know if I technically
Yeah, but it's
agree
its
with
own
just 'cause you have
style.
a black man
They
in your
stole
game that
the
you're
black
stealing
man.
them.
Yes, it
GTA
did.
had 3 different characters
I know, but they...
Yeah,
for the
and-
sake of diversity.
Everybody
more
And
than
Lincoln
anything.
Clay
Everybody
and
liked the black guy from GTA, and Brian even
Damn,
liked
what's the
him
black guy's
too.
name from GTA.
This is a sharper version of...
I don't remember.
Lincoln. Is it Lincoln or Frank?
Franklin.
There we go.
Frank, yeah.
Franklin. Yeah, baby.
That's
Yeah.
kind of eerie.
I think they kind of stole him.
Franklin and Lincoln.
I think they stole him. Fuck it. Suck it, my dick.
Well, in that case, it's close to Red Dead Redemption 2, so they stole Red Dead Redemptions, right?
I don't really know.
Because it reminded me of Red Dead Redemption when I watched
No,
it.
it did not remind me of Red Dead
I-
Redemption.
why don't you
I
consider
remember
Saints
you
Row?
mentioning that because
It
I
does
listened
not
to it in
look
the
like
video.
Red
You're
Dead
saying that
Redemption
you
whatsoever.
thought it reminded you of Red Dead Redemption. and
JP
I'm
thought
like,
the same thing.
I like Chris.
I don't
no.
see it at all. Like I get where you're like saying it looks similar. Well, that's because they're stealing off of GTA. Red Dead Redemption and GTA, it's the same kind of style, the way you select your guns and stuff, and it's just the era that it's set.
Yeah.
Even though it's not a Western, it's
Right.
got more of that like
Soulish
70s old schoolish vibe, definitely in the Bayou.
Sorry.
So that's where I feel like you're getting the Red Dead from. But
The Mafia 3 definitely stole it. I mean, come on.
Do you
Get-
consider
they
Saints
stole
Row
that
a
shit.
GTA ripoff?
No,
no,
because
because
they made it their own.
the first game
They made it their own.
they did. The first game was Saints Row. They tried to pull off a GTA, and they found out real quickly that it did well, but they couldn't compete with GTA, so they completely switched up their thing. And freaking Saints Row now, compared to the first game, is a completely different game.
Well, see, that's my thing. Mafia 2 and the original Mafia are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, they have their own identity.
So, when you come up on Mafia 3, it's the same thing as Mafia 2, but only a better story, and they're trying
Yeah.
to...
I
so-
never played the other Mafia games, but yeah, I mean, I've always thought that it's basically a subpar GTA.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it's, I still think it's going to be a good game. I just feel
because
like
it's own... Nothing can beat GTA at this point.
the only thing that it's got going for it is
Graphics.
GTA came out.
Graphics.
When-
That's the only
when
thing
did
they
it-
have on it.
Well, it came out back on the old console, and then it got ported over.
Yeah.
So GTA has been a few years since anything's come out. So it probably will do well, just because it's separating itself.
Yeah.
Now, if it would have launched the same time that GTA launched,
well, yeah, that's
it would have been dead in the water.
Well, yeah,
Guaranteed.
you could say that based on their fan base alone.
Right.
Right.
I'm not saying they're gonna have a bad game. Mafia 3 is gonna be a good game, but like Clint said, it's very, very similar.
Yeah, the only thing that, like, if you just watch the gameplay from it, it looks like GTA. Now, they've added a few things, like, I didn't really understand the whole part where he was going through and sneaking through and he saw red, like, through structures.
That's
Like-
part of his combat training from when he was in Nam.
So it's supposed to be kind of like a sound thing.
Yeah,
Like
Like
he's
he can
hiding
sense
and he can
enemies.
hear him and sense
yeah.
them. That makes more sense. When I first seen that, I'm like, what the hell is that?
Holy crap. I just searched up GTA 6 stuff, but GTA 5 came up here, and it says that it was the fastest selling video game in history, and they earned $800 million in the first day.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I said if it would have came out alongside
Yeah.
GTA, it would have been dead in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Everything that comes
Well,
out around
that's
it.
why developers do that.
It's just bonkers they make that much money.
Yeah. Well, and the more interesting fact is probably how much GTA is making off of their damn cards for the online service.
Last
Because we
I
have
heard
a
it was
friend that just spends bukus and bukus
Oh,
of money,
yeah.
and I'm like
last
he's got
time
probably
I
every
heard
card in
about
the
that,
game.
it was over $200 million annual just off of the cards.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's
$200
a,
See,
million
that's why I say nothing
It's
can
insane.
surpass GTA at this point. It's
Oh,
just...
no.
the microtransactions just shows how fucking
GTA
stupid
is a
people are. I'm
conglomerate.
sorry, I love you guys, but damn, that's stupid.
Rockstar has become a conglomerate.
Well,
Like-
they've become a service now.
I tell you what, if they don't come out with a new Red Dead, like if they come out with GTA before they come out with Red Dead again, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, I heard something about them figuring out where they're actually going to be having the storyline placed in GTA and everything like that, but I'm trying to find it right now, and I can't find it for some reason. But they said it was going to be released within a couple years.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I really don't. I, mean,
I hope
they
it doesn't.
They have
I
to
hope
bring
it
out
doesn't
something
happen.
in the
They
meantime.
usually take 5 to 6 years between titles.
I
Well, that's
know.
what I'm saying. If it happens, it's not going to be as good is the previous ones.
I mean,
because
obviously GTA is a bigger moneymaker than any of their other franchises, whether it's Red Dead or Bully, but Red Dead still sold really well.
yeah,
And it's like, people are craving for a new one. And if you we just got our taste of GTA and people are still playing the online. So it's like, please bring out Red Dead.
yeah,
Mhm.
they
I
need
was psyched
another
just to
Red
replay
Dead.
There's
the
something different.
last one on Xbox.
And I know LA Noire got a lot of shit, but
I liked it.
I love
Yeah.
that game. I thought it was really fun. It was very innovative. I know some people made fun of how like they had the weird facial expressions and stuff, but even if they brought out another one of those, I'd be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. I'm interested to see what game they're going to bring out first, Red Dead or GTA 6. I've been hearing a lot about GTA 6, but nothing about Red Dead, and that kind of disappoints me a little bit because it's like
You won't hear about anything about any Rockstar game at any
Rockstar's
convention either.
very
Yeah, they do their own
closed.
releases,
Right.
and
With
they
the-
do their own
With as
announcements.
big as a company they are and how many people they have working for them, how they keep stuff hush-hush is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it is, but they probably pay good money. That's probably why it's so
I would
good.
really hope I'm going to put out a prediction out there. I was hoping it was going to be this E3, but it wasn't. Next E3, Red Dead Redemption trailer. Throwing that out there.
Yeah, but they don't do stuff like at conventions.
Now I see Red Dead Redemption doing that because Red Dead Redemption last time did that.
Yeah, but that goes against Rockstar's complete history. They do
Either
their
way.
their own unveils. They don't wait
Either
for
way,
convention
around
stuff.
that
They
time
just do it
next year.
whenever they're ready.
So end of spring, early summer next year, announcing Red Dead. It's going to happen.
Well, they probably should, but they won't. So, good thing, Clint, but
They will.
no, they won't.
I think something has to happen.
Really?
Like another
Really?
Grand Theft Auto, it's just too soon.
It is.
Too soon. It is too soon. It's time for some shooting with the good old Western guns. Oh, baby.
You see, thing is, I don't think it's going to be set in a Western time either. And I think that's why they can't release it this year because of Mafia 3.
Yeah, that's been a rumor for a while that you're going to be
Wrong,
bankrupt
my
in the
friend.
20s.
Wrong,
Yeah.
wrong. You're wrong. We gotta have a Western game. They're not gonna not have it in the
I think
Western
they'll keep
era.
it with the Western.
Come on.
If they do
Seriously?
a Red Dead game that's not a Western setting,
I ain't
it's called
playing.
GTA, people.
Yeah, I ain't playing.
They already have
I
that.
ain't playing it, man. I ain't playing it. What's the point?
And yeah, if you come out with a Red Dead and it's, I don't even know what setting they would put it in, but definitely like a
Well,
futuristic
the
setting.
setting
or
of the
something like
last
that.
Red Dead was
Done.
the end of the West.
Yeah.
And they can go back even farther.
Yeah.
They can be John Marston's daddy
I'm
for all
sorry.
I
Well,
care.
see,
It's
someone
gonna be the
was
West.
saying
It's
that
always gonna be the West.
a
Come
good
on.
plot for a prequel like that would be John Marston when he was in Bill Williamson's gang.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah,
good.
that would be good. I never
'Cause
thought of
that's
that.
the thing is, everybody I've talked to loves John Marston's character. They hated playing as a son.
Spoiler alert.
That's because the son was a vagina.
Yeah, spoiler. If you haven't played Red Dead by now, too bad. It's being spoiled. He dies, you play as a son. There you go. Sorry, people.
Son's boring. Good luck. Alright. Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed playing the game. The worst part was the freaking cattle.
Oh,
I hated the
herding
cattle.
man.
Nobody liked that
Yeah, I
part,
just started
but,
because
whatever.
it came out for the backwards compatibility. I can't even talk.
Compatibility.
On Xbox, and so yeah, that's the part I've been dreading
I
too.
played it.
I've done
I
a
don't know
little
how
bit of
many
the herding
times.
so far, but I know there's like a storm where they all freaking run
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Not looking forward
Dude,
to
I
it.
always lose one cow because I
Always.
find it hard to give a fuck. Because like I'll chase
Yeah.
after, but if he keeps going, fuck you, I'm going back.
Right.
Yeah, we lost 1 out of 100. Yeah,
Because
we'll
like
be
I'll
all
go
right.
chase this dumbass, and
We got
another one
plenty
will
of beef for
stray
the
off,
season.
Yep.
and it's a never-ending task. I hate it.
Right. No, just stay with the group.
Yeah.
No, but did any of you guys hear about the new game? What's it called? Steep. It's a
Oh, yeah,
snowboarding
the
game.
Snowboarding game.
It's a snowboarding, skiing, what is it? Paragliding.
Yeah, you can do.
Wingsuiting too. Isn't it?
Yeah, wingsuiting.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna do anything. To be honest with you,
Nothing has done
I think that
anything
game is
since
gonna
Amped.
fail.
Yeah, I probably will because I haven't heard
Like,
about
you're
it.
gonna have like your hardcore skiing audience. It's obviously gonna pick it up and play it. But to me, when I was looking at it, it just didn't seem fun. It didn't seem like there was an objective.
Yeah,
It
like
just
there's
seemed
not
like,
enough substance
hey,
to it.
I feel like snowboarding, so I'm gonna go up on top of this mountain,
Right.
And I'm gonna record it and I'm gonna go down it, and then I'm gonna post it on YouTube or something because it's supposed to be integrated with like it's supposed to be like you film stuff in real life, like it's real life snowboarding and things like that, and skiing and whatever you're doing, and it just.
I thought it looked pretty
didn't
interesting
seem
to
fun.
me when I watched the trailer, but it's not going to be one of those games that I pick up right away. I'm going to wait until the price drops
You
because I don't want to
definitely-
end up being like a Brian here and buying the Tony Hawk skateboarding.
I'm a veteran of that series, though.
Yeah,
And,
but it
like,
sucked.
Yeah, but they didn't say it was going to suck. They said it was going to be
Of
like the
course
old school
not.
Tony Hawk games, and that's where everybody threw a fit.
Well,
But it
that's
was a
why
pro
I would
skater
have waited.
branded game.
I would have
Of
waited
course
a
it's
week
gonna be
or
like
two.
the old ones,
Right.
and that didn't bother me. But when I got it, like when you went up the quarter pipes, you come back down and glitch straight through them and hit the floor, and it's random. There's like random
game was
generated
broken.
bullshit, yeah, all over the game.
Yeah, and that's
And the most fun I had with that game was playing the park editor.
right,
The campaign mode, I guess if you want to call it that, was garbage,
right.
just utter shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So I think we're going to go ahead and take a break. I have to take a pee. So we'll see you here in a bit.
What's
Whoa.
up, everybody? Welcome back from the break. Billy, your turn, motherfucker.
Yeah, so we're back. That wasn't a very good intro, but hi everybody. Anyway,
It's not considered an intro.
What?
It's not considered an intro.
what did I say?
Intro.
Did I say intro?
You said intro. It's not considered an intro.
Well, we're
It's
not
getting
doing an
back from the
intro
break.
anymore.
There's
It's
a
not.
new addition to the blooper reel.
Coming back from the break.
Yee. Yeah.
Anyway, what have you been playing, Billy?
Oh, just a little bit of the Uncharted series. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
You seriously went through and played all of them.
He played 4 first. He played 4, 3, 2, 1.
4 was the best one, honestly.
Get over here. I'm gonna slap the shit out
You
of
don't
you.
have to.
You started with 4,
4 didn't.
and
give
then
me-
you went backwards.
4
Yeah.
didn't give anything away. All right.
Bullshit.
It gave everything away.
No, it
The
did
whole
not.
context of the whole game.
Oh, really?
Like
yeah.
1, 2, and 3. It was
It
just.
just showed me that I should have just played 4 and never went back.
Did
to
you
the
not
other
pay
ones.
attention when you played
To be
4?
honest with you.
Evidently, you didn't pay attention because it
Because
showed you what happened
4
in
was
3
the
and 2 and 1.
freaking throwback to the rest of the series.
It was. It was great.
It was perfect. It was a good game.
I love the whole scene where you're in there and you're picking up the medallions, and then you grab the Nerf gun or whatever.
I
it was
loved
and
that.
started shooting.
That was
Oh,
cool.
So
is
cool.
it? Oh,
That
so,
was-
so cool. Yeah.
And you got to play Crash Bandicoot, which was
Oh,
like
that was freaking awesome.
when I heard that music fire up, I was like,
The second I heard that, or the second that happened and Crash popped up on the screen, my immediate thought was these cocksuckers better come out with a Crash game
"Oh, I know."
or stop fucking teasing us.
They
Like,
are.
that's how I
They
felt.
announced that they are, but
no,
No,
they're not
they're
doing
just-
a new game.
yeah,
They're not-
bringing
no,
1,
they're
2, and
bringing-
They're just
3.
remastering
I'm fine
the
with that.
first 3.
I'm fine with
yeah,
that.
I'm cool with
I'm
that too, but
super excited. About
Crash
that.
needs to be revamped for this generation.
yeah, they are. They're gonna.
agree.
They said they're
No, they're
gonna.
not. They're bringing them to Skylanders.
Yeah, that's the
gives a
new
shit
game.
about
Is going to be
Skylanders?
Nuh-uh.
Skylanders game.
You didn't see that?
I seen that, but they're actually releasing new games. They're
No, they're
actually
not.
releasing the game. I searched this up.
They're not bringing out new Crash games. Sorry, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, they are.
They might be doing a remaster
They're,
of old
well, yeah,
ones.
they're doing the remaster.
Yeah, we're
but
talking
it's
about
Crash
an
games.
entirely new story for Crash.
Let's not
Oh,
make, let's not make,
no.
let's not make
Anyway,
Yeah.
we all love Crash. So, how was your experience with Uncharted?
I really enjoyed Uncharted. The first, obviously, the last one was the best one. But, 2 and 3, kind
agree.
of bothered me with the fucking creatures they put in there. Oh my god.
All the mythical stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
the
didn't
mythical
like
bullshit. They could have done without all
The
that.
spiders and the.
They made the
Yeah,
game
that was
seem
stupid.
kind of mundane.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what I loved about the fourth one was they didn't have the
They had it
supernatural
natural. They had it like.
aspect of it.
Yeah, it was all
The blue guys were such a bitch.
real. Yeah, the blue guys sucked. Ass.
But
And also, I played the Order 1886. Which was the excellent game,
Which-
very underrated.
oh my gosh, people
The graphics are
shit on that
amazing in
game.
that game, and they still hold up to this date. So
That's why I didn't get because so
Y'all
many
should
people
try
didn't
to
like
check
it.
it out.
You haven't played
Well,
that
see,
yet?
like
No.
the problem everybody had with that game was it was really short and it was on rails for the most part.
Come
Yeah.
on, that
Yeah.
has
like there was
game.
no exploration or no shit
But
like that.
There's
But
a
when
time
you're-
and place for those games.
Yeah, but when you're suffocated with RPGs and open world games, and
I
that's all
know.
that's coming out, it's nice.
It was
relief.
refreshing. It was very refreshing, I thought.
That was a
Because
solid game, a solid storyline.
anymore as we get older, I don't have time to play those big RPGs. and explore everything. Like I
Right.
get into them, and it's just like, man, when am I ever going to finish this? Which that's why I really love the Order. It was short. It was maybe a 6 to 8 hour experience, and it was fun. Like
Right.
Yeah.
people gave it a lot of shit. Like, oh, it's not original. Gears is better. It's like, yeah, Gears plays better.
Oh shit.
But
Now-
I still thought the gameplay was a blast. I really enjoyed it.
That reminds
I did
me
too.
of a lot of
Yeah.
people
I
really
made it.
been hyping up. Was it Oceans of the Deep? That the GameStop bonus. What's that called?
Pre-order bonus.
Yeah, the pre-order bonus. What? No,
have
not
no idea
pre-order
what you're
bonus,
talking
but
about.
it's a game that you can only get at GameStop.
I haven't heard about it.
Oceans of the Deep. I think is
Is that the one where you just
yeah,
exploring
you're in a
underwater
submarine.
and you can exit the submarine and grab
Oh.
supplies?
Yeah.
It's a Metroidvania game. I know what you're talking about.
It's kind of like No
It's an
Man's
arc-
Sky
it's-
underwater.
It's an arcade game.
Well, a lot of people said it's probably about a 4 to 5 hour game, and it's like it's really like confined. It's not an open world per se, and
Well, no, it's a Metroidvania.
right.
And everybody talks like it's decent, but I don't know if I'd get into it that much. But getting back to the Order, or what? Go ahead.
I'm not a big fan of underwater anything, so
Yeah.
I'm good on that.
Yeah. Usually the gameplay just messes everything up. But getting back to the Order, you said you really enjoyed it. Brian, have you played it?
I haven't played it yet.
You just kind of seen bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, like when a grenade got thrown at Billy and you like actually had to like look at the grenade for him to grab it. That was like a cool little feature. Like you actually focus your attention over to it to throw it back. That and just I don't know, like the movements are just cool. Like everything feels organic.
But yeah, the game, they definitely spent, I feel like they spent more time like how pretty the game looked, and the game looked beautiful. You can't,
No, yeah,
you can't
that game
hate
looks
on that.
outstanding to today's standards,
But
current standards.
For being a third-person cover-based shooter that wasn't Gears, I thought was really well, and they set the game up freaking perfect for a sequel.
Oh, yes, they did.
Didn't they?
The ending's very lovely. I mean, I didn't really like the suddenness. Oh, I shouldn't say suddenness. But what the fuck? It's been out for a while. The suddenness of the ending was kind of disappointing. But
It was a little weak.
Other than that, they better bring another game out. I mean, seriously, I'm a huge fan of the game.
Like I feel like everyone's hated it so much that Sony might not do it, and it's like I feel like with what that team has learned,
They should do
a sequel would be amazing.
Yeah.
Like if they took the feedback from all the hate and the stuff like that and did a sequel and did it right,
Yeah.
made it a little bit better story, made it a little bit longer gameplay. That's gonna be tight.
I love the werewolf shit. I mean,
There wasn't enough of it. I'll give you that.
when they transformed, it was amazing. It was like, wow. Like the cutscenes and shit when they transformed into the werewolves.
That's the thing. The cinematic cutscenes, like the
Yeah.
gameplay cutscenes,
Pretty sick, right?
that was badass.
Yeah. That's what made that game pretty tight. I mean,
Yeah.
and the storyline in general. I mean, it is this cool.
I think the main problem that game had was the fan base. Like everybody wants like clones of the hottest games, and they just want everything to be action.
It's
Like
neat.
that was just meant to like tell you a story and for you to just get wrapped up in it.
There's no room for like a mid-tier game anymore.
No, and
It's-
that sucks.
It's either a AAA game or it's an indie. And Order was a mid-tier game, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, see, that's what I like about Shadow Warrior. It's simple,
Yeah.
it's chaos, but I mean, it's just simple gameplay.
But it didn't catch, and I'm really surprised they're making a sequel to that.
I'm glad they're making a sequel to that.
Which looks freaking awesome, by the way.
4-player co-op.
Co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
I advise you guys put some money into another Order. I mean, it'd be nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
I
play it. I'm
agree.
gonna have to pick it up.
Yeah.
And if you like to talk about the Order, if anybody else has played it and you guys are listening, please make a comment about it.
Yeah. Tell us in comments what you thought about it and if you've played it. And
You have to at least pick up that game and try it. Did you buy it?
Yeah, I bought it.
Yeah, just borrow it off of him. Well, or buy it to support
right.
the company.
to support the company.
'Cause
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
It's worth the money that it is right now. It can't be any more than $20 right now.
No, it's not. I think it is $20, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, it
I
is.
have no idea, but I know it's great. So if it's
It
$20,
has to be. That was a launch title, wasn't it?
If it's $20, NBA's
No, that was a
never
near
played
launch.
it,
It was
pick
supposed
it
to be a
up.
launch title.
Pick it up. Pick it up. What games have you played, Brian, lately?
Madden in 7 days. It doesn't seem to change.
God, he's so boring. All right, Chris, what have you played lately?
You know what I've recently played.
Yeah, with my dick. No, I'm kidding. Go on, Chris.
No Man's Sky. Yeah.
So you jumped on that No Man's Sky bandwagon, and are you on the fence with everybody with like saying this game sucks ass?
No, I enjoyed it.
Do you feel like who was the guy that created it? Murray?
I don't know.
I have no clue.
I don't care.
Like everyone's giving him a whole bunch of shit, like saying he's the next Peter Molyneux, saying that he's up talking his games and
that's-
saying what they're not.
He
Yeah,
was
say a
up.
lot.
He was up talking his game. I got to
Right.
admit that. Angry Joe did show a lot about that. He did up talk his game a lot, but I didn't because I didn't watch every trailer. I didn't watch every E3 gameplay or anything like
So
that.
you didn't
so
go in it to like expecting.
no,
like-
I didn't go in it real hype like everybody else did. I just went into it knowing that it was a survival explorer game. That's all I knew, and that's all it is. Is just exploring. That's all the game is. You're just exploring the different planets, and I think it's a good game. If they do updates like they're supposed to, like adding creating your own buildings and everything like that, I think it'll be pretty cool. But right now, it's just exploring the planets.
I think a lot of the uptalk and stuff like that, I think a lot of that was Sony's fault. I think Sony got behind this game and was like, we're going to promote it, we're going to promote it, we're going to have you at E3 2 years before you're ready to launch it.
Yeah, it
And
was
and
launched too early.
the trailers for that game made it look amazing. Like when I first seen it,
It
I
does
was
look
with
pretty.
somebody
It
else.
does
I'm
look
like,
pretty.
This is a space game. You get to go and explore, and you get to fly your ships. Like it looked freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And then Sony just promoted and promoted and promoted. And I think that's where everybody's hype got up.
Yeah,
Is-
it did.
Because Hello Games is a small developer. They're like 15 guys. Like if you look at the credits for No Man's Sky,
Well, did you hear what they used? They stole a coding off of somebody to build the game.
well, I know it's like all mathematical.
Yeah. Well, they stole a certain coding, and the company wanted to talk to them about it. That's the last I've heard about it. I haven't heard anything else about it. But the company just said they wanted to politely talk to them about it, and they didn't want the game to be postponed or not released or anything. But they used a coding to get all those planets, all those galaxies in there with everything randomly generated. Even the animals. They didn't sit down and create any of these animals.
Yeah,
They
I heard
just
people
randomly
making fun of the
generated.
animals, like saying
They're-
they're pretty goofy.
They're pretty funny, but everything's just you won't find the same creature or the same.
That's like a fucking.
Don't get distracted by what we're doing over here. Keep going.
Keep talking, brother.
But yeah, it's just an awesome game.
You know, there's one game I have right now that I've been dying to get into, and I sit here and just look at it sometimes, but I'm so afraid to put it back in because I don't want to be disappointed again, and that's Homefront.
Ooh.
Because I got it relatively cheap,
There you
and
go.
I'm like I'll pick it up, and like eventually they'll get their shit together, right, and patch it to
Yeah.
where it's at least playable.
We ain't got enough time to talk about Homefront. Homefront's a fucking wreck. It's
Well,
a
I
disaster.
haven't checked in a while,
I don't care what they do. to
but
it.
I've been waiting a good while to let them.
You know, I
Get their
think
shit
it's a
together.
disappointment.
I think if it's not patched now, it's not going to
yeah,
get
it's
patched.
a loss.
I was,
And it's disappointing because I really love the first Homefront.
Yeah,
I
I
really
did too.
I did too, even though the graphics sucked at that time.
I love the multiplayer too,
It was
even though
good.
it had the glitch for me.
No, the multiplayer sucked. You can't.
I love the story, dude.
I
I'm a big
well,
fan
yeah,
of Red
it was
Dawn.
only like 3 or 4 hours long though. It wasn't like nothing.
It didn't matter. That story was good enough for me. It was.
Story was good.
I
A
liked
solid bag of
Yeah,
rock.
it was good. It was good, but it wasn't long. They should have made it a little longer.
They should have made it longer, but they were testing something out, and I figured the next game could be good,
What?
and then they fucked
The
it
problem with the next game is it went through so many different companies.
Yeah,
Well, they
because
should've-
THQ ended up going. To
up. Oh, they
front,
went. I understand that,
and
but
it went through
don't
like 5 different developers before it finally settled on Dambuster.
Well, don't
It
bring
did.
it out if it ain't fucking ready. You know what I mean?
the,
You feel what I'm
the
throwing
thing
down?
that really irritated me is the first game, which was good. Like it got some bad rep and stuff like that, but overall I thought it was a really good shooter. And they ended the game where there's a revolution, and so then they call this game Homefront the revolution, and it's like, oh, this is gonna pick up right where it left off and stuff
Right.
like that. This is gonna be amazing, and then they completely change the whole story.
Yeah.
The opening of the game has nothing to do with the last
Yeah,
game. It's got
like
nothing to do with
like
it at all.
back when they showed that trailer, they had that kid coming out on stage with a
Thank you.
Korean occupied America, and he was giving a speech. Like that scene alone was kick ass.
Right. But yeah, they didn't go with the story. It was disappointing. It was really disappointing. And
And it's a very plain game. Like everything in that game looks plain. It looks fucking boring.
once again, they should. I think if they wouldn't have released it, I think they would have just canceled it. I don't think they would have went on with it.
The only reason they released that game was to try to bring some money back into the money they put into it.
Yeah,
Right,
pretty much.
right.
Yeah. It's kind of like maybe.
So like, we have to make something off this. We have put so much time and it's with
Then,
so many
then
developers
what's the excuse for the shitty game then?
to try to bring in the money.
Bad programming.
They had to because
No, I mean,
They
but
had-
if you
there
invested that
had
much
to
time
been-
and money into it,
there-
why does it suck?
it switched so many developers.
See, I would have preferred them just to make a short, really, really, really short campaign to it.
When they
just
went
make it
open-
good.
When they went open world with that, it crushed that game. There's no reason that game should have been open world.
No,
No, it didn't have to be.
not really. No.
See, that's the problem. We're so flooded with these. Open
I was
world
hoping
games.
it was going to be an urban Far Cry.
Yeah, I agree.
I ain't got time.
Yeah, that's why I looked at it. I looked at it being
Ah.
sort of like a Far Cry game. You know, it has its potentials, but they released it way too soon.
I was so excited for Witcher 3, but it's so huge. And you feel like you get nothing done. Nothing.
That's the
It's
biggest
fucking
complaint with it.
infuriating. I'm sorry. The graphics are amazing. The scenery, everything. I hit my nose off the mic. Hey. You gotta stop making these giant fucking open world games and just chop it down just a little bit. I know
Yeah.
how Chris feels. I know Chris loves open world games. I know Brian
I
does.
do.
Everybody does.
If
But
you haven't noticed, we're just jumping from game to game here. So if you're trying to follow along,
You're not going to. Deal
who
with it.
cares? Just pick where you want to listen to. We're
Right.
talking about freaking Witcher 3 right now.
But yeah, I mean, you
I
can
thought we were
play-
on open world games.
you can
Anything and
in
everything.
You can play Witcher 3 for about an hour, 3 hours, and you feel like you've done nothing.
Yeah. You don't. You literally don't. You don't do anything.
Am I right? Am I right or am I right, Clint?
You're definitely right on that because The Witcher 2 was perfection.
Oh, yes.
That game was.
I never played
See,
Witcher 2.
amazing.
That's another thing with The Witcher that's intimidating too. It's just there's so much shit to like look at and take in.
And see, that's the problem with it. They made it too big because I want to go back to that game. I wanted to. But it's just, I know I'm going to play it for 2 or 3 hours, not play it for a week or two, and then pick it up and not know what the crap I'm doing.
You can spend 2 hours just playing the intro to that game.
yeah,
Yeah.
If you want to go around and find everything, which I like to be a completionist when I play games, and that game is the death of a completionist.
Yeah.
He'll murder you. Even me, I'm not a completionist, and I'm like,
crazy
no, I'm good.
The crazy thing is that game was huge in its base form. Now you have all the DLC too.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
I
thing.
know.
It is still huge, though. That's the thing.
Oh, I know it's so huge, but could you imagine all the time?
It's too much, man.
No.
It's
Because like the DLC alone's huge.
Yes, it is.
The only thing that I will give them is coming from a like developer standpoint, making a game like that and making it feel full and that big is a spectacle in and of itself.
It is.
Like,
It's
that world feels so alive. It's no matter where you, there's no barrenness to it. There's always something to do.
Right.
Which credit to them, but as a gameplay standpoint, I don't have the time. Like you could spend. I mean, that game can take over your life if you try to complete every little quest.
It's a.
It will take over your
They
life.
should have just brought it out and said, "Hey, you guys, just like take 2 years to play this game.
Yeah,
Just take your time. Just
but
be easy."
But that's the only game you can play because it's an RPG.
That's so
And
Right.
with RPGs, you can't jump in and out of.
Yeah,
No,
true.
because
Like
you
you
don't
guys
know
were
what you're
saying.
doing.
Yeah, you're
Because
right.
I played the game for, I'm gonna say at least 20 hours,
I didn't play it nowhere near that long.
and I got through like the first main little area, and I think I was getting ready to go on to the next. And then the next game comes out, you jump over, you switch to that, and then I wanted to go back to it because I'm like, The Witcher 3 is a great game.
It is. It is a really good
The
game.
gameplay's fun, the story's amazing, there's so much to do, but
Graphics are amazing.
but there's too much to do. And when I went
It's overwhelming.
So I went to go back to it, and I played it for maybe 3 or 4 hours, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Right.
There, like, where do I even begin? And I look and I check, and there's 20 freaking question marks, and it's like,
Come to think of it, when I ended, I think I just got out of the tutorial or the intro part of it. Because I rode on my horse out in this open field, and then a bunch of question marks popped up, and it's like, what one do I go to first? And I stopped playing it there, and I never picked it back up because it was like, where do I begin?
But like, speaking of another open world game, which I feel like CD Projekt Red isn't a huge developer. They're not real well known. They're basically known for The Witcher 2, and that didn't get a whole lot of people into it. Witcher 3's it's brought a name to itself.
Dude, they had a fucking thank you note in the case.
Yeah, they did.
I thought that was really
awesome.
cool for a small company.
That was awesome.
Very cool. But another game that I feel that should have been up to par with that was Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
And CD Projekt Red straight up out Fallout that game, because Witcher 3 is prettier, it's got more to do, and it's just like Fallout 4 was made in a vacuum. And
Yeah, I didn't get into Fallout.
They made that game, and it was just like Fallout 3, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, if you compare The Witcher 3 with Fallout 4, they seem like they're 3 years behind you. Like,
Fallout's always been behind because their graphics, they just don't get their graphics right, man. They just look
That's the thing, it was made in a vacuum. Like, they had to come out, and after they seen Witcher 3, they had to be like, oh, damn.
Mm-hmm. We were scared, but rightfully so. I mean,
I'd hate to say it, but I've played the Fallout app on my phone more than I played the actual game. I didn't play it hardly at all.
I'm not big into mobile game, but when they said that, we're coming out with Fallout Shelter, I'm like, I'll give this a try. I played that for a little bit. I didn't get real into it because it kind of felt like it was on a loop. But Fallout 4 came out, and I was super excited about it because I love 3.
I was too. Yeah.
And it was the same thing. It just felt like it was, I don't know. There's something about it. It was more Fallout 3.
There almost wasn't enough to do.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't know.
The shelters can go to hell.
What?
The shelters.
Oh.
You build up your freaking community, I can go to hell.
Nobody attacked mine. Nobody attacked mine. That's what I was looking forward to, building my shelter
and defending it.
No, nobody attacked mine. I played, I even left the game on all night one night just to see if somebody would attack it. No one attacked it. It's like, really? What's the use in even having a shelter? You're never there.
You just built a shelter that nobody gave a shit about.
Yeah, pretty much.
Your shelter was a piece of shit.
It was.
It's like having
Why
a
would
shit house on
anybody
the block.
come raid your shelter when it was shitty?
did you have any chicks there, Elias?
Well, no.
There was a couple.
Liar.
Speaking of Fallout, I was surfing YouTube today after we got back from mudding, and there's a 28-minute short film called Fallout Red Star, and it was pretty sweet. Like, it kept me intrigued the whole time. Like, it could work as a movie, definitely.
So somebody made a short film, based
I don't
off
know
the
who
Fallout
made it.
series?
I didn't know if that was
Well,
it's
anybody
Fallout,
can make it.
but live action.
Right.
I don't know who made it, but it was very well done, and it kept me interested. I'm like, damn, like, they had the Nuka-Cola caps, and they had his gas mask and his body armor, and just all the shit you see in the game. Like, they even had the robot sheriff, that big fucker that has one wheel under him,
Right.
and has a screen there. They had that in there. They had that floating ball that'll attack for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was very well done, and I was like, this would make a kick-ass movie.
It's pretty bad they can make a movie, but they can't make a game.
I think they could make movies out of games a lot more because it's kind of the meaning behind the game is kind of the storyline of it. But
Video game movies suck.
that's the thing.
Most of the time,
they
yes.
don't put money into it.
And most of the time, they're directed by Uwe Boll.
I gotta watch that Assassin's Creed.
I'm
Has anybody
interested.
seen that?
I haven't seen
I've
that,
never
but
seen
that's
it either.
Good. I like that the main character that actually. Yeah.
Did anybody watch the Prince of Persia movie?
No.
No, Jake
No, I didn't.
I did
I
not.
How was it?
Made by
sucked?
it was made by
Eh.
it was made by Disney for one.
Eh.
Come on. Fucking evil bastards.
I still have yet to see Forward Unto Dawn. Still never watched that. Like, I'm very weary of movies and stuff based off of video games.
Right, yeah.
But
They came out with an Until Dawn movie.
No, Unto Dawn. Forward
Oh,
Unto Dawn.
okay.
Halo.
Focus there.
Okay, I was gonna say, no. Has any of you guys played Until Dawn? Well, I know you have.
Yeah.
No, I've never played
I played a little bit of it, and that game.
Clint
From
doesn't
what I
do
played,
well with
I loved
survival
it.
horror games.
I love that game.
I loved
from what
it.
I played.
I played
I
it.
still need to pick it up, but
I loved it. I went through the whole storyline within a couple days because it was just, oh my goodness, gruesome. If you died, don't recommend trying to die. Just search up the YouTube video.
I don't recommend trying to die.
There were a couple times I let it.
Sense, Chris.
Well, I just wanted to see how good it looked, and it looks amazing.
Does it?
Yeah. When those spikes go through your eyeballs, it's freaking awesome. Look up the YouTube video sometime. It's freaking Until Dawn deaths.
It's good for your eyeballs, you said?
Yeah, spikes. There's 2 spikes, and they just your head when you fall, your head lands on it. And they
Spikes
just
in your
goes-
eyeballs look good to your eyeballs.
Eh.
Oh, I did not know
And a
that.
skewer goes up your ass.
Well, that's
Does
not.
it?
That's not how.
Oh no,
I-
that wouldn't
I-
surprise me.
I think
that
it
really
does.
wouldn't surprise me.
The
Chris,
sad part is, I think it does.
Chris, that's not the kind of foreplay I like. Okay, I'm just saying.
No, but that game was amazing.
Yeah, it was very well done for the game it was.
I loved it.
Like they nailed it with what they were going for.
Yeah, they did. They did. It's not a bad game. I watched you play it for a while. It's not bad.
It wasn't no PT, but it was good.
Oh no, PT's its own thing.
Do you guys still have that on your console?
No,
I deleted mine and I can't re-download it.
I know.
But I got Resident Evil 7's demo, so it's
when I
basically the same
found
shit.
out that they were gonna take that off the servers, I downloaded it, so I still have it on mine, even though that game scares the shit out of me.
You know, you can sell your console for over a couple grand now.
I probably could.
No,
but-
you can.
I'm
Look
not-
it
No,
up
people
on
are that
eBay.
stupid. Yeah,
Yeah, that you can.
it's not a rumor.
But
I could probably sell mine for a couple grand, say no
Sadly.
returns on it, and it not have it on there. You know, people are that stupid, like Brian said.
But like I said,
yeah.
I hate that survival horror type shit. It scares the hell out of me. But me and Brian sat it in one night and turned the freaking lights out and played that PT. That game is freaky.
Yeah, it is.
That's the only way to play a horror game. Like when I pick
Yeah.
up Resident Evil 4 on Friday, even though I've played through that game like 5 times, I'm shutting the lights off and I'm gonna be by myself and in the dark. Like that's how you have to play survival horror games.
My question is, with Resident Evil coming out and it being in first person, are you gonna end up getting the Sony headset and playing it that way?
No, I really can't give a fuck about VR. I tried to get interested in it. It's just not for me. Like I didn't like the 3DS at all. Like that gave me migraines. Like anything
See-
that fucks with my eyes I'm
It's
not crazy
totally
about.
different. It's totally different.
Yeah, but I don't want to wear headgear when I'm playing a game. I just want to sit down and play a game. like-
I understand it.
Honest to God controller.
I understand what you're saying,
Call
but
me old school.
VR is so, like, you're there. It's insane.
That's
I have the
cool.
Oculus Rift, DK2.
That's out already?
Oh, it's been out for a long time.
It's broke now, but he's got it.
It's not broke. It's just I think one of the wires are shorted out. So
Does it work?
yeah, the headset itself does, but it's just the camera's not picking up because the cord. I think the cord's shorted out. But when I did play it, it was freaking awesome. It was like you were actually there. And I can't remember the game, but everything else fell, and you were just on a chair at the top of this skyscraper, and you were looking down like, oh no, like you were going to fall or what you did, but it was pretty freaking insane.
I'm cautiously optimistic about VR. Like, I think in a few years from now, once they get their ground base in and they see what works, see what doesn't. Because right now it's a full testing ground. I mean, when you put that thing on, from what I've heard, how we learned to play games. We went from basically a controller with a couple buttons and a D-pad, and then all of a sudden we have joysticks and different things. Like, we're going to have to completely learn how to replay games with a VR headset. And
Well,
I think
if you've
in
ever
the
played the
future it's gonna be
Wii,
good.
if you've ever played the Wii, you pretty much same principle. Because that's pretty much what the controller is. It's just a Wii controller.
yeah, but you're going to have to learn, like, because a normal shooter isn't going to work like you move the stick and move this stick. Like
I don't know how they can do
aim,
shooters.
like look this way and aim. Like it's gonna be a whole
see, like,
new.
I don't know.
I don't know how they can
go
do shooters.
that far. Like I'll go out and shoot.
Yeah. I think a few years down the road, once they learn the technology and see what works best, because certain games are going to come out that's just going to be broken and it's not going to work right and people are going to hate it.
Well,
but then
you see,
eventually someone's going to learn the technology.
Well, I know. I think
VR
HTC Vive
could
is going to
be-
be the big thing.
What is it?
The HTC Vive.
What is that?
It's the
It's
a
the headset that's
heads-
ruling the market right
yes.
now.
They're already in development with a wireless headset.
See, that's the thing I'm afraid of with the PlayStation VR is I think it would be fun, and they're going to have some experiences. Like from what I heard, the Batman experience, the Arkham one, is
Arkham
badass.
Knight.
But they're just they're short little experiences. But actually, I heard actually like putting on the headset, and you're going down through, and you get to like put on the stuff and put on the cowl and everything, and like see the Batmobile. Like that'd be sweet. But until they come out with like a full game, where like the first full game that it seems like it's going to be Resident Evil, like it's fully playable.
Right. Well, yeah, because the PlayStation VR is what it's meant for is just for you to sit down and relax and play it in VR mode. It's not meant for, it's not meant to like the HTC Vive. You stand up. You stand up with the HTC Vive, and
Yeah, see, I don't want to do all that bullshit. Like when I got the Wii, it was cool for bowling and stuff, but other than that, I didn't give a shit.
Well, see, there's going to be games on there where it's I don't see how they're going to work, but then it's going to be, it's not going to be a bad thing in the future.
How's it going to work? Like you put on the headset, it's got to be connected to something. So you
wired.
have cables coming
Yes.
from somewhere.
Yes.
So how often are you going to play? Like definitely like with the horror games, like with Resident Evil. How often are you going to be freaking scared and just yank and your cord pops
No,
off and you're
the
completely
cords-
unsubmersed from the experience? That's the whole thing about VR. It's supposed to submerge you.
The
Dude.
cords are so long, you would be like,
It's a pain in
it's
the
insane.
ass.
Yeah, but check it out. Like people can't not smack the shit out of somebody and not break shit with just the Kinect and the PlayStation Move. Like how bad do you think it's gonna be when they can't actually see what the fuck they're swinging at?
They
How
see
many
that's the thing.
TVs were
They
broken
don't do
with the
that.
Wii?
Yeah.
They don't do that. The cameras you put up with the HTC Vive, because with the PlayStation VR you only have the PlayStation camera. That's all you have, and most of the games are meant for you to sit down anyway. So there's no way you're going to be losing anything. You're not throwing anything or anything like that. So the HTC Vive is the only one that you could actually get close to your TV. And in the game, you have walls. Like, your character won't move any farther because the camera sees everything. Because you have a camera behind you and you have a camera in front of you. It knows where you're located. But what the crap you doing, Billy?
Billy's in La La Land over here because he doesn't give a shit about VR.
I cannot. I
And
just
he's
wanna
got nothing to say,
I'm
he's
gonna put
kinda
my
getting bored.
input in on VR. I think it's the boringest fucking thing ever. The only way it's gonna be good is if it's cinematic and it's in a fucking movie style scenery. It's not gonna be good in a game.
I was just
That's
having
it.
that thought just a second ago.
That's
like
it.
like watching hardcore
It's the only
Henry
thing good
with a VR
for
headset.
a VR is if
Well, see,
you're in
I have watched Netflix with it because I can't go desktop mode on the Oculus Rift that I got. And I've sit there and I'm in a movie theater because with the software that I have, I'm in a movie theater and I can look around at the seats and everything like that. And I'm looking at a movie screen watching Netflix.
Shit.
See, that'd be kind of cool.
movie style. That's it.
Like it'd be cool to try out, but I don't see me really getting into it.
See, that's what Happy Console Gamer said. He tried out the Oculus or the HTC Vive. I don't know which one it was, but he tried it out and he said he didn't think it. He was like you. He wasn't even interested in it. But then after he played it, he thought, well, this could go somewhere.
That's the thing with VR. I really believe like it's going to be tested out with games, which is a first for the gaming industry. Like a new piece of technology, which I believe is going to open up doors for more than just games.
Oh yeah.
What I'm excited about with VR is once you like get through the games and stuff like that, is just like what you can eventually do with
Alternative
it. Like,
applications.
yeah, like actual virtual reality. Like if I can put on a headset and go to the moon, How badass is that? Or a concert.
Google
Training
Maps.
for
Something like that.
surgeons.
Like all you would have to do, like at a new concert, is
They have that.
put up 3D cameras all around the space, and so then you like on your VR headset, you could just hit a button and switch between cameras.
See,
and
that's
look
something
around.
I could.
Could you
do with,
imagine like going like
music
I'm
related.
viewing a concert from a crowd, and then hit a button, and all of a sudden you're on stage with the band?
Yeah, that'd be
How
cool.
badass would that be?
Now they have Google Maps with the Oculus. It's not. It has its kinks, but they have it where you're like there and you moving your head around, and of course you have to take the mouse and click forward to move your.
It's
character,
just like you do
but-
on the camera or on the internet where
yeah.
you click and look. And
But you're actually there in the Oculus and you're looking around and everything, and I think that's cool, and that's a start to what they
yeah,
could.
like I was saying, if you could eventually do that, where it's like you could go see the 7 wonders of the world and walk around and look, and like if let's just say the next NASA mission that they do, they take a 3D camera with it, and it's like you can pay $50 to be part of this experience.
Right.
And so you can sit there with your VR headset and just watch them go into freaking space and land on Mars and look around. Like, how cool would that be? Like, that's where I think VR is going to eventually go.
Yeah, I don't see it going very far in gaming. The only gaming that I see it going in is like bowling and stuff like that. I don't see it first-person shooters. I don't see that unless they come out with the thing they've already implemented, where you literally are walking. You yourself are walking.
Oh, like
Imagine Madden with VR.
you sit in that box
Yes.
that like contains you.
Yeah, and there's
It won't
hydraulics, and you're literally walking.
No, I mean like like have a mini game in Madden, like where you just like throw passes to receivers and shit like that. Like
No,
and it actually
you-
measers your arm speed.
But yeah, that's the thing where it's going to be
I
another
know.
experience.
That's where you lose your
I
controller.
don't know where they can
No,
do.
you're not having a controller. Just it measures your arm speed,
I ain't gonna be able to do all that.
like
man.
going through the
But,
motion
Right.
of throwing
but
a
see, what
football.
I
Right.
think would be cooler is if they took that to a live experience, like I said, with like the concerts and stuff like that, where you could pay so much money to put on your VR headset and be at an NFL game, and your cameras are placed around the field, and so you can sit on the sidelines
And not have to
and
pay $10
watch
for
it.
a beer.
and yeah, exactly. You can sit there, crack a cold one, put on your VR headset, even if it's like $20-$30 to watch a Packers game at Lambeau Field from the sidelines.
That would
Like
be
you're
awesome.
part of the team.
Yeah, that'd be
They
cool.
can do that. All you gotta do is put a 3D camera up and broadcast it.
Hell, all you have
Yeah.
to do is put a camera on like one of the coaches or like one of the players and just have them walk around and get their perspective of
so
the
like you could go to the Super
experience.
Bowl
Yeah.
from your living room.
Yeah,
Like
that'd
that's
be cool.
the shit that excites me about VR. Not the gaming really. It's where it's going. I think it's going to be badass.
I see them
once
doing a lot
again,
of training and stuff.
The
there,
way
too.
you're talking, it's going to cost a lot of money to do this. For one,
You think?
you have to have it wireless. I mean, you can't have a wired headset.
Well, if
Not in
you're
this
just
day and
sitting in your
age.
chair.
No. You still can't have it wired. It's going to cause too much trouble. And two, what about the setting it up? Are you going to set it up on consoles or computer? And if you set it up on computer, you're going to have a freaking beastie computer to set it up.
Well,
And-
that's the nice thing about the VR or the PlayStation VR is most gamers already have a PlayStation.
The problem with that is
Where-
now they're saying you can't use the PlayStation VR on the PlayStation 4 because it's not powerful enough.
So you have to have the Neo.
You
no,
have to have
no,
the-
you can still use it with the PlayStation. It's just
Yeah,
not
you
supposed
can
to be as
still use
powerful,
it. It's
supposed
not
to
going
be.
to be powerful enough to play a lot of the games and stuff that.
But I still think that's where it's going. Like I said, it's probably going to take a few years. You're going to have a new console. You're going to have something.
Right.
But at least the PlayStation VR gets the foot in the door.
Yeah.
Because majority of us, at least all of us, have a PlayStation 4 already. So that's a $400 expense already out the window. Where the PlayStation VR is probably going to come in at like $399 or $350, something like that.
Yeah,
So that's
depending on the
$350
package you get.
throw down and get it. Where if you go with the Oculus, what did they price that at? Like
The
700,
Oculus is only
800?
300, but the
I thought it
HTC
was more
Vive
than
is
that.
700.
So it's 700, and you have to have a PC powerful enough to do it. It's
Right.
like $1,700 to
Over
get
that.
this experience.
Yeah, over that.
To have a PC that can run it.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. In the future, I think it's going to go somewhere. Right now, we're still in the testing grounds.
Right.
But once everybody has like a console that can run it, like the Scorpio or something like that that's coming out, or the next PlayStation 5 that's going to become completely compatible with the PlayStation VR 2. Once that stuff happens, like from what I've heard, it's as simple as setting up 3D cameras and broadcasting that experience.
Right.
So
You know what I see VR being really big with, and it's the truth. I guarantee it's going to be big with porn.
Already is.
yeah,
Guaranteed.
that's technology has advanced because of porn.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, it already has. The
That's gonna be-
Samsung
that'd be
Galaxy,
weird.
Samsung Galaxy VR. Guy came. We used to work at GoMart. Sean. He came in. He said his son has it, and he showed him the porn on his phone using the VR, and his wife couldn't see him, but he was like, "Oh, this is cool." He's like, but
They should call that covert pervert. You can do it in public. No one will ever know.
no one would know.
It'll expand a lot of doors. Like honestly, like
Oh,
even
yeah.
though like a lot of people see like pornographic material as downgrading, that will push technology.
Yeah,
It
it
always
always has.
has.
Why is Blu-ray our medium? There's a mix between gamers and porn.
Yeah.
Whatever those two back is going to be our new format. And it was like that with VHS and shit like that too.
Right.
But I still think the technology, like, to bring us to areas that you can venture and stay at your home is where it's going.
Mhm.
Like, I was just trying to think of, like, scenarios of where you could put a 3D camera. Could you imagine putting, like, a 3D camera up on the top of a basketball hoop and being able to sit there and watch
And, like, see him get- as he goes
live
for the
game,
dunk?
and he goes in for a dunk and slamming that shit? Like, that would
See-
be worth paying for.
See, it'd be cool, like if, like as he's going up for the dunk, you could actually look as he's moving through the air, like look from side to side.
Oh, like you're talking about like a 3D camera attached to his head, or
No, like
going up?
with the technology they could put him anywhere, and it's tiny as shit. Like if they somehow worked that into like their jerseys or something, you could actually had a 360-degree
So you're
view
talking
around
about,
the
like-
player.
like helmet cams and stuff.
Yeah, kind of something like that. But like to actually like look like around at the crowd as the players flying through the air, that'd be wicked.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if they could attach it to like each player. I mean,
No, they
who
do
knows?
star players and like
That-
big dunkers
that
and
could
shit like
happen or
that.
something like that. But like I was saying, like even like attached to the hoop or
Yeah.
attached to like the sidelines and just being able to look around like you're actually there. I think that would be badass. Or like you said, helmet cams.
Or from the skybox, it'd be cool too.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
only thing with a helmet cam, like if you put it on an NFL player, like you'd have to make it to where it's stationary. It wouldn't be a 3D camera, because if you have that player running and you have the helmet cam attached to him, like he's looking around and you're looking around, you're gonna be so freaking.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's gonna be yeah.
But like I said, even like up on the top of the goalpost, looking around, would be awesome. Billy's getting bored over here. He does not like the VR conversation.
What do
He's
you
about
like,
it.
Billy?
I think we talked long. I believe we talked long enough. It's just me.
Yeah,
I think
we
Billy
are.
wants to talk about these new consoles.
I
Yeah.
don't want to talk about the new
Take it
console.
away.
I-
Take it away.
I-
That was your topic.
I don't
Let's
even
go.
want- Alright. I don't want them. That's what I want to talk about. I don't want them.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
you want to go ahead and end it here?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Okay,
It's
guys.
way too long.
Well, I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. We're the BrolificGames, and we'll talk to you guys in the next video.
Have a good one.
Later.